Hi everyone, Jill Ansett, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia in Greystanes, which is a Sydney suburb. There's my online store. If you ever need to contact me, there is my email address. I'm happy to answer any questions. If you have any requests of what you'd like to see me demonstrate, yeah, send me a note. This is my May host code. Now it's good till the 1st of June, and it's for orders $250 or more. Under $250. If you order more than that, then you will be asked to add some free gifts for spending that amount of money. Now this is the new catalogue. You've probably already seen it a couple of times now. I haven't got a sample card. Now the other day I made a video and it was kind of like a bit of a mystery to you guys because I didn't want to show you my ugly card. Now what did I do with that card? Hang on a second. It was this card here, the double shelf fun fold card. Now I don't even really have any notes or anything on this particular card, so we're just going to say we're winging it tonight. So if you saw that one, that was the last video I made. So some of the products that I'm going to be using are not even in a catalogue. No, they are only available in my online store. And I will show you what we're going to use from those online exclusive products, but items that I'm using from the annual catalogue, I will show you here. Now we're going to be using a sentiment from this beautiful stamp set here, which is called Something Fancy, and it has some dies that fit these, and I'm going to use one of those at the very least. The other items in this catalogue are where are they? Oh, these beautiful brushed brass butterflies. That is incredibly hard for me to say. Now, what did I do with them? I'm sure I've got them all together here. Yep. The next thing we're going to be using is this new ribbon combo pack. It is the, what colour is that? Look, it just feels like it's just another day here. Petal Pink. And it's got this beautiful, like a gross grain, I guess you call it gross grain, do you? Anyway, we're going to use that. And the last thing from this catalogue is the Stylish Shapes dies. Now I'm going to call this the Lattice card. Now there's been a lot of these Lattice cards made recently out there in Stampin' Up! Land. But I've put a little bit of my own twist on this one, so let's get started. The last video was a tad longer than I'd like it to be, so I have done most of the things for you now. So let's just get the things out. So I've cut up a lot of stuff. I've got some stamping to do. There are the beautiful brass brushed butterflies. We're going to use those, and I'm just going to get everything out, I think, except for those little odds and ends. Now what I did was I went ahead and I made 2 of these. Now what I did was, these are the Stylish Shapes dies. Now I've just sticky taped the largest one and then the next one down together, and when I cut them, it creates a frame and a square that I can use later. So I cut 2 of those. We're not using the squares, So we'll pop that aside. So one of them I've left plain. The other one I just got, and I'll show you how I did it because it doesn't matter. We're going to be gluing it on the back of it. I just got the new Pebbled Path ink. This is one of the new ink colours, and it's kind of like a warm grey colour. So I've basically just done that. I've just inked down the side, down that like that. And that's what I've created there. Now, it dries a bit lighter, as you probably can see. It dries a bit lighter. But I also used the wood grain, or whatever it's called, timber embossing folder. And I just embossed some scraps that I had. And I did the same thing with... these as I did with the frame, and that was just to run the ink pad down. I only did it on one side. We only need one side. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a lattice. Now, I haven't done this before. This could work out brilliantly, or it could be a dismal failure. So we're about to find out. So what I want to do is I want to create a lattice. So I'm going to just... And this is going to be the one that's on the bottom. We're going to cover that with another frame so that it neatens it up. So I'm just going to put some of these across there like that. Now I'm going to need some glue. Where's my glue? So I'm just going to glue one end. Now where is my little silicone mat? Oh, who knows? Literally, who knows? Right, now you're going to find out why we use it, because I'm probably going to get stuck to this bit of scrap paper. So I've got a bit of glue on the back there, and I'm not going right up to the edge, but I'm just going to glue that in place just on one end. Now you can use tear and tape if you want to, but I'm just using the glue. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just a little bit of glue. And I'm just leaving a gap. Now, I haven't glued this side down yet. Okay? Haven't glued that down yet because we want to make like a lattice. So I'm going to glue this bit. Just a tiny little bit of glue, because we will sandwich it between these two at the end of the day. And you can make the gaps uneven, because this will look even more rustic if you do that. Now, I had a skinny one here. Where is it? There it is. I think I'll put that skinny one. Now, at the end of the day, some of these are not even going to be seen, but we don't know which ones yet. So a little bit of glue there, and that's going there. Now I'm not sure how loud that music is, but I'll turn it down a smidge. Right, I'm just going to hold that for a second. There we go. Now, you'll notice I've turned it around. So what I want to do is weave these over and under. Oh, we might just give that another second. So we want to weave these. Well, let's go under, over, under. And then I want to pull them down. I don't want to push them right down, but we want to have a bit of a break, a little bit of a gap there. So I'm going to glue this end, because I can easily lift this end up. So I'm just going to put a bit on there and glue that down. And put a little bit of glue on this end. Now, I still haven't found my take your pick tool, so literally it could be anywhere. Could have even been stolen by the munchkin, who knows. Okay, so now that one is in place. So now I want to go under and over, under and over. So you can see that I'm doing like a basket weave. So we'll pop a bit of glue under this one here first. Just a bit of glue under there. Okay. And a bit of glue under here. Now, don't worry about that bit of glue that's coming out of there, because this is going to be inside. But you can see where I'm going with this. It's looking like a trellis. So now we need to go over, under, over, under. And I think we'll just pop a bit of glue along there before I get this up there. And we'll just push that down onto it. Okay. So now you can see how this is looking like a very rustic garden trellis. Now I need a skinny one, and I only had one skinny one, so that's that one there. So I'm going to just cut that off and use it. I hope it's going to be long enough. Okay, so this one's got to go under, over, under, over. So we might do it from this side. So it's got to go over, under, over, under. And that's why you don't glue both ends in at the same time, because you need to be able to get those underneath there. So we'll just pop a bit of glue on there. Move that up just a smidge. Move it over a bit. Here we go. Now we are going to cover all these ends, so don't worry if that's looking a little bit untidy. So now we can go along and glue all of the ends. So if you just lift, oh, that one's already glued. That one's glued. This one's not. So we'll glue that one down. Glue that one down. Okay, now we need to glue these down. So a bit of glue there. Bit of glue there. Now it's fiddly. I'm not going to say it's not fiddly, because it is. Now I'm going to leave that to dry for a few minutes. And I'm moving this bit of paper now because it's covered in glue. It's covered in glue. And then when we're finished, we're going to glue this over the top of it, just like that. So it's a nice looking frame, and you can see the trellis. You can see the trellis. But before we do that, I'm just going to snip those ends off. So turn it over, line up your top blade with the edge. And it doesn't matter if this isn't 100% neat, because remember, we're putting that frame over the top of it. And I've got some more of these that I can use on something else. So we'll put these over here. I can pick them up. There we go. We'll pop them over here. And there's our little trellis. Looks for all the world like it's wood grain. So we'll get this cover frame on it now, the front piece. And we just need a little bit of glue just down the middle. You don't need a lot of glue. It sticks very well, this glue, so you don't need a lot. So back in there you go. And on it goes. Now, if I could pick it up, I'd be in business. Okay, now I'm going to put something heavy on that. I'm going to turn it upside down and just put something heavy on that for a minute. Put that on there and a paperweight, and we'll get onto the card. So here's the card base. It's just A4, cut in half at 14.85 and scored at 10.5 centimetres. Okay, so we've got that now. With these beautiful papers that are only available online, it is called the Hello Irresistible papers, and they're just gorgeous, and they're using some of the beautiful new colours that have come in, like the Lost Lagoon. Anyway, you have seen them before, I'm pretty sure, on one of my previous videos. If you haven't, you can see them online. Now, it's called Hello Irresistible, and they are 6x6 designer series paper. The papers that match are Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, and Soft Sea Foam. So only available online. So have a look for those. But what I did was I did some die cutting, and we're going to put this beautiful card together. So as I said, I've done most of it because half of it was just cutting out, tedious cutting out. So I've got this beautiful piece of designer series paper. Now, I kind of wanted the one that has the leaves going up because remember, we're pretending we've got a trellis in a beautiful garden, and yeah, so it's a very, very small white border. Now, I'll tell you what the measurements are for this. In centimetres, it is 10.1 by 14.5. So that will give you this border that is a very small basic white border, okay? So we're going to glue that directly onto the card. Now, sometimes I like to use my stamp and seal. Oh, look. Oh, it's like a little fishy now. It's got an eye. So I'm just going to put some on the back, and it's like the glue. You don't need a lot. I mean, it's not like these cards are going to be suffering wear and tear or anything like that. It's just a card. And I'll put a big piece in the middle. Okay, now I'm not sure if you can see that, but make sure your card's opening the right way because we want our leaves going up. Okay, and as I said, very, very small border. So just check your border before you stick it down. You do have a bit of time before it actually does stick down. So I'm just pulling that up a bit. Okay, and I can still see my pencil marks. So I'm just going to rub those out. Just a couple of pencil marks there. Okay, now, so they've got this beautiful scene happening. Now, I'm pretty sure that's probably ready to go. So I've got this trellis, and as I said, this may turn out disastrously. You just never know. If it does, you'll probably never see it because I'll just delete it. So out of some Pretty Peacock, I've cut some of the leaves. I've cut some of the flowers from the actual paper itself. So there's a small flower and a larger flower. So I've cut those out. Got the leaves here. And I'll show you what we have. I've also got one of the labels, which is like a hexagonal. And so we're going to use that to stamp our greeting. So I've got this beautiful trellis now, and I'm not sure what to do with it. And this is where the winging it part comes in. So let's get out all of our pieces. And as I said, I've lost my take your pick. So desperate times call for desperate measures. Okay, I think that's all of them. Now, this looked really good in my head, okay? So let's have a look and see what we're going to do with this. So I cut 3 of the flowers out, and you'll notice that they're all different colours. I deliberately did that. They came straight from the designer series paper, and as you can see, the die will cut them out. So that's really handy. And then you get these little leaves that you can add on to other things. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to raise this up, and I got some of these. They're like dimensionals, only they're long skinny ones. So I thought I might use some of these. I think these ones came with a kit. It came in a kit, but they're already done. And look, they fit perfectly. How good is that? No cut, no mucking around, no cutting, but I will be cutting some, so let's just put them on. They're very, very sticky. But look how narrow they are. They're perfect. So we'll pop those on there. We'll pop these on here. And then I've only got to cut a couple in half to fill in those spaces. So look at that. Isn't that great? Now, I might put 1 or 2 in the middle there, maybe 1. Let's just see. Maybe 1 in the middle there. Maybe more. I'm very worried about these things getting squashed and distorted in the mail. So I've got plenty of these, so why not? So there we go. Now I'm going to cut a couple. I'm just going to cut a couple. Let's see. About there, I reckon. This little bit's going to go there. And it fits perfectly in there. This little bit, I think, might be a bit too long, so we'll chop that. Put it there. And these are fantastic for making shaker cards because they're a little bit higher than dimensionals, and you can do them in straight lines. So normally when you're doing a shaker card, you know, you want to right across the edges of the thing. So there's another little bit that we need to cut off. So we'll cut that bit off there. But this has been infinitely better than trying to cut dimensionals down. Let's see, right? Now I've got 2 little bits that I'm sure will fit there. There we go, another little bit. There, nothing's wasted. So that's our lattice, and I want that to sit somewhere like that. Maybe I might put it on this side, who knows. Now this is the bit where we get to decorate. Now, as I said, this is straight out of my head, so I wanted to stamp the, I think I might do it in Versamark and white heat emboss that, so we'll do that now. I just need my Versamark and my white embossing powder. I also need my embossing buddy, and I'm just going to coat this in the embossing powder, ink my little stamp up. Now really give that a good ink up. Now I don't know if you can see that, but it's shiny. It's like sticky clear ink. And I'm going to pop that down here. Now I'm just holding that, giving that enough time for the ink to transfer. And you probably can't even see that, but I'm going to put white embossing powder on it now. Hopefully it will turn out. And there it is. Beautiful. So we'll put this away before disaster strikes. Put the lid on this before we have an accident. And I'm just going to heat that. Now, I do need to let my heat gun warm up, so just bear with me while I do that. And we're going to cut it out. After all of that, I hope it's going to fit. Beautiful. Beautiful. So let's have a look at this now. Now you only heat this till you see it go shiny. Now I'm going to hold it up a bit so that you can see. You can see what I see, I hope. Now, can you see that going shiny? Look at that. Isn't that glorious? That's it. That's all you have to do. Isn't it beautiful? I love the white against the coloured background. So now I'm going to cut that out with my little stamp and cut and emboss machine, which I just call Bertha because all of that's just way too hard. We'll just cut that off a bit. We'll pop all of this stuff over there while I get it off my shelf. And so I like to line these things up and pop a bit of removable tape on them. So it's just effectively sticky tape. So I hope you can see that. So I'm just putting the die around the sentiment. I hope it's straight. And I'm just going to stick it. Put the plates together. Yep, that looks pretty good. And then run it through. So you just open these little doors and you wind it through. And it's very, very easy to use. This is a wobbly desk, so shut the doors, pop it back up on my shelf. And we'll finish putting this card together. So we've got our little greeting now. It's beautiful. We've got our butterflies, we've got our leaves, we've got all these leaves we can use. Now they're all out. Yep, they're all out. So we should have 1, 2, 3 of those, and 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. I've lost one. Doesn't matter, it will turn up. I'm sure it will turn up. Put our ribbon over there. Okay, so as I was saying the other day, sometimes you feel a little bit silly sitting here talking to yourself, but yeah, that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? So we've got all these things. Now we want to put them, I might put this one on there, just so that it's not against that background. So we might put the ribbon, we might put some ribbon behind that actually. So let's have a look here. We might just do something like this. Let me have a look. Hold your horses, honey. Can't talk and think at the same time. It's a terrible shame. It's a terrible, terrible shame. All right, we might do something like that. Let's do this first. So I've got my beautiful flowers, I've got my leaves. I think I want to put this one here like that. Maybe that one there like that. Maybe this one here like that. Just so they kind of look different. And then of course we can pop our leaves, if I haven't lost them all. We can pop our leaves in between. So we've got 3 of one colour. Might put those ones there like that. Put that one there like that. Let's have a look. Maybe put one of these smaller ones up there like that. And we've still got one of these. Usually you need an odd number, so that's worked out really well. So we might pop that one underneath here somewhere. Let's get these on here first. So we want to put these two flowers on first, and I'm just going to glue them. I'm just going to glue them on. Might be better if I put the glue on there. Okay, so we're just going to glue them hanging off the edge. Okay, hanging off the edge. So now this one's going to go here somewhere. Definitely hanging off the edge. We've got our beautiful yellow one there. Now, I'm just putting glue in the middle so that I can fit those leaves in around them. So I can tuck them in. So let's see. We'll have this one. So pop this one in. Oops, there it is. There's the other leaf. So we'll pop this one in. Just pop it in under there like that. It's going off the edge. I'll pop this one in going this way. Okay. So we'll pop a little bit of glue on there. Lift the flower up. and have it going that way. And we'll do the same down here, only we'll have the big leaf coming up this way, I think. Well, let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Oh, these nails, I'm telling you. We might turn this one around so that the shape of the leaf is a little bit different. We might have this one going out like that. Okay, I like that. Okay, before I forget how I was going to do it, let's put them in place, because it's quite usual for me to forget in a very short space of time. Right. Let's lift that up. Lift it up a little bit and have that going like that. And then this last one will pop underneath on the outside. Okay, I think that looks pretty nice. I think that looks nice. And then we're going to pop this up. I think we might actually just put a bow, straight bow underneath this. So we might make a fairly decent sized bow. Let's have a look. Yeah, it needs to be sort of largish, on the largish side. Or maybe something like that. Let's have a look. Maybe coming down like that. Okay, now we're cooking. Okay, now we're cooking, I think. So we'll cut that off. Just cut that off there for the minute. We'll have a look at this. Make that just a little bit bigger. That one just a little bit bigger. Let's fold this under here like this, so that we've got it coming like that. I've been doing a lot of these sort of squished bows lately. Yep, I think I like that. So now we need a glue dot on there. So let me just chop this one off. So there's the glue dot right on the end there, right there. So I'm going to put that on there. Hope it's in the right place. There it is. And put our bow. Let's have a look. Let's get this bow nice and tidy again. Actually, we might need more than one glue dot. Okay, let's put a couple more on. So, just going to cut them off. I'm going to put this one next to it there. And this one next to it on that side. Just so we've got enough coverage of glue dot for this ribbon, because it's quite a big bow. So now I'm going to make sure that's all tucked into that. Oh, look at that. Looks lovely. Okay, let's have a look. Nope, we need more glue dot. Another bit of a glue dot there. Just so that this bow will hang down like that. And there we are, look, looks lovely. Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there. And Now we need to pop this up on some dimensionals, and I'm just going to use the ordinary ones. So I'm going to put one right next to that, one on the other side, one up there, and probably one there. Right, now that's 4 of them. And this is ready to go. All I need to do now is to place this. Okay, let's chop this off. And this one too. Now we've got a shorter bow that we only have to worry about. So let's take the backs off these, and this is going to be a bit fun because there's a lot of them. So, and these nails are useless. Although they're not doing too bad at the moment. Okay, so we'll take the ones from the middle. Oops, not supposed to put your thumb in it. These last bits. Oh, now that wasn't too bad actually. And I think I want to put that like this. Now it's definitely going to go over the edge of the card in some little spots. But that looks lovely. And now we'll put our little thank you bow. And I think I'll call this the lovely Lattice card. So there we go. Let me see before I put it. No, I think it needs to go in the middle. I think it does need to go in the middle with that bow cascading down. There we go. The lovely Lattice card. Oh, our butterflies. Okay, so we need some butterflies. Now, let me think. Where are we going to put them? Maybe for balance we need something up here. Excuse me. So I think a big one. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. So we might have one flying off in this direction, and we'll have another small one. Oops. Flying off in this direction. Oops, and then a third small one over here. I think that embossing buddy powder got down my throat. Do we want it there or there? I think we'll put it there. So the lovely Lattice. Bit of work to make the lattice, but I think it's lovely. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, will you? But these are online exclusive products, most of these. The dies and the paper and the stamps from this Hello Irresistible. You will only see them in my online store. So I hope you like that card. It's a lot of muted colours with this little pop of colour down here. So the lovely Lattice card. Let me know what you think. Email, online, leave a comment on my YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for your time, and yeah, stay safe. Bye.